and welcome to another plant video. Today I'm thinking I'll do a very quick tour of the rare houseplants that I have in my IKEA Mills bottle cabinet back there. I have made it into a greenhouse cabinet and it's been working wonderfully. I have seen a lot of growth, new interesting updates on a lot of these plants, which I will take you through at the end of this video, so do stay back to watch that. I thought it would be good to just do a little tour of the plants that I have right now. I do not really have a big collection, but yes, it's a decent kind of a collection, I would say, and I am a beginner, I'm still learning, so I thought it would be great to document this right now. And as we have a lot of new viewers, it'll be great to go through the houseplants that I have and do a bit of a tour. And thank you so much. If you decided to watch this video, please do watch it till the end. And thank you so much if you're coming back from another video and you decided to watch this one as well. It means a lot. So here's my IKEA Mills bottle cabinet, which I have converted into a greenhouse. I have currently divided it into two parts. Earlier it was divided into 4 parts, but it made sense to have it in 2 sections so I can have taller plants and some moss poles and have a little elevation for a couple of plants. So that's what I have done. There are 2 grow lights installed for both the sections. A few people have pointed out that I could have more light, which maybe I agree with, but I'm kind of deciding on whether that's necessary to be increased or not. So we'll see. But let me first start with the plant tour. So starting with the top section, now I have figured something really cool, which are these magnetic hooks. I have installed these installed as in that they just stick. They are very heavy duty magnets, and no matter how much pull you give, they do not come off, so that's really good. They do stick only to the metal part of the cabinet, so I can't really do that on the glass shelf, of course, but I can do it here. I can even do it outside, which is what I've done here, to hang something on the outside if needed. These are super strong, no matter how much you pull. Only if you slide it, then it comes off easily. Otherwise, it can very easily take the weight of a plant, even a watered plant for that matter. I've tried it. So for example, my silver synapsis is hanging here, and it's doing fine. It doesn't really look good here with this whole black thing, but it's fine. It really is getting help from the humidity of the cabinet. There's some growth happening here and here, and it's been doing well. A lot of aerial roots, if you can see, which are here now, which means that it's adjusted to this cabinet. Then I have my string of hearts, which is a new one, which also I have hung from this little DIY kind of a hanging rope situation, and it's actually doing well. This plant is doing quite well. All of this is new growth here since the time I got it, and I've had this plant before thrice. This is the 4th time I've got it. It's a variegated one, and it's doing well finally, because I think of the greenhouse cabinet, of course, new growth here as well on the top, on the 2 strings. Of course, it's a very tiny plant, just 2 strings, but it's fine for now. At least it's thriving this time. Then I have my philodendron totem doing really well. I love this plant a lot. I didn't really think I would, but I'm enjoying it. The kind of look it brings to the whole collection is really amazing. Really jungle vibes, forestry vibes, very cool. Love the way it unfolds. There is a new growth point as well. Maybe I'll show it later. Behind there is my Anthurium queen, which also, let me maybe show it from here, which also is having a new growth point. So very excited about that. I'll show that as well in a bit. And of course, the star of the show today is my Anthurium crystallinum, with this new leaf coming out after months. It has taken so long, and I'll come to it. The only thing is it has this inflow which has no space right now, but that's fine. Maybe I can keep it down now. Yeah, I can actually do that. I don't know why I had raised it up, and in fact I was worried it's too close to the light, so maybe I'll remove that container. I have kept a few plants on top of containers like that to increase the height. especially like the Anthurium Queen, which of course is doing well. This is the Equigenera plant that I got from House of Mirac. I ordered through them and it's doing well. I'll come to it in the updates section later because something I want to show about it. Then I have my Anthurium Pap crossed with Raven's Heart. Again, I'll bring it out for an update. I have a Calathea, pinstripe Calathea here, finally pushing out a new leaf. I have a Hoya there, which also finally has started showing some signs of growth, though it's just like a vine, but it's doing fine. That's Hoya Wilbur Graves there. Just try to focus. Yeah, so that's doing fine. Actually can show it to you from here as well. So that's here in perlite right now. It's actually propagating right now. The roots weren't really well, so I transferred it to perlite. Next is my philodendron El Choco Red, not doing good. So I had been away from my home for 4 days, and in that much time this plant gave up on me, but there's still some growth points, so I'm hopeful. Then I have an Alocasia Friday Calm, Jacqueline Calm, so that, and then I have my Echinopsis, a beautiful cactus, new growth points, maybe I'll show it later. And then I have my Anthurium Dressleri crossed with Crystallinum, which I have transferred into Leca. There are videos for all of these. Then I have my Moon Cactus, doing fine, just about fine. And I have my Anthurium Clarinervium, finally also pushing out a new leaf there. That's the tiniest leaf I promise you would have seen on this. So that's on the top shelf, which is let me just give it a count how many plants, and I'll be back. Okay, so I just took a count and those are 16 plants on the top shelf itself. Now moving on to the bottom one. So I have my Monstera Adansonii. Doesn't do well for some reason at all. I keep removing it and putting it back into the cabinet, but finally I figured let it just be inside. If it's not doing well outside or inside, let it be inside. So that's what it is. I don't know why it's so tiny. If anyone knows how to have those big Monstera Adansonii leaves, please do let me know. There's Amedrium medium green. There's Alocasia Jacqueline coming back from the dead the third time. Then I have Alocasia Silver Dragon. There are 2 plants with 2 shoots each, which is doing fine. That's one of the newest hardened leaves, and there are some growth points in it. I have Anthurium Vitrifolium, a single leaf, single stem trying to propagate in perlite. Then I have that's my Alocasia Black Velvet, which is trying to come back. I don't know what may happen or not. Then I have water propagation of this guy, which is Rhaphidophora tetrasperma. It gave up on me. Then there is Splendid in water propagation, doesn't really do well. There is Melanochrysum, which doesn't do well. Then this one is doing fine, which is my SP Silver, Philodendron SP Silver. I will take it out in a bit to show the new growth. Then I have my Monstera Skeleto. This was the newest leaf, but I don't know what happened here. If anyone knows, I don't know if it was a light issue or a humidity issue. Maybe I should take this on the top shelf, maybe, I don't know. Is it still unfurling? I have no clue. Then I have my Monstera Thigh Constellation, which is doing fine. It's kind of become a bit wilted. Maybe I'll water it actually. It is pushing out roots from it here, and it is kind of pregnant with a leaf, but it's taking too long to come out. So maybe I'm just going to take it out today and water it up. So those are, again, let me take a count of how many plants these are. The 14 plants, and I forgot to show my little my Alocasia Jacqueline corms there in the center, doing fine. So 14 here and 16 here, so good 30 plants, which is pretty good, pretty decent, yeah. And yes, of course, I have this fan here, which I turn on for a couple of hours every day, but not like completely regularly for all the time that it's on. No, it's only on for maybe 2-3 hours because I'm quite paranoid that it will dry up the plants and reduce the humidity levels. But it's very, very important for circulation. So yeah, I do manually turn it on when I feel like. Right now, of course, I opened the door, so the humidity is at 60%, but it was at 71 just before I had opened it. At times, I do use a spray bottle to mist some water to increase the humidity. Like right now, after I've opened it up, I will be doing that. Yeah. So that was just the tour part of it. So we of course only saw the IKEA Millsbo tall cabinet in the tour, but I do have some more plants. I do have an open plant shelf here which has some good plants. Some are of course struggling all the time, and I do have this another corner in my home where there are all the struggling plants as well, which I really don't want to talk about. It's quite depressing, but I have amazing updates on a few plants and I want to capture it in this video so that it can be a part of the journey, the growth journey of the plants. So let's get into that. Okay, so I've got all my anthuriums here to show the updates and of course capture them. So this is my newest leaf, and it's been maybe about 7-8 days since this has unfurled, and it is just so beautiful. It's just so pretty. I love it. It was completely copper in color. I have a few pictures which I've been uploading on my Instagram, and this was completely like a copper brown, and this is still hardening. I don't even want to touch it actually, but it is still in the process of hardening up. But look at it. It's got a pinkish reddish corner, like the edges are all reddish. If you can see this side as well. Love the patterns, love the striking veins, which is the main unique quality of a crystallinum. The odd situation is they are both facing in the opposite direction. So this was my main leaf. There was one more leaf behind, if you've seen my other video on the anthurium where I did this whole pot extender bit. So now this is facing the other direction, and that one totally bleached out. I just chopped it off last night, the second leaf. And then there is this inflow which is here as well. So these two came together, the inflow and the leaf, they came together. Maybe once this leaf hardens up, I will chop off the older leaf. So yeah, this is my very important update. I love it. I can't stop looking at this leaf. It's just really perfect, though this side of the leaf is a bit bigger right now because that side is still expanding. But yeah, love it. Then the next one is my anthurium palladiflorum. This was the longest leaf it had, and then this was the first leaf it ever pushed out in my home, but of course it got damaged. It could never really expand, and then I got this leaf which got attacked by spider mites, as you can see from the marks left by it. And then I got this leaf. Yeah, then this was the next leaf that I got, which is fine, normal, just a typical, like nothing extraordinary in this one. And then this one is the newest leaf, which is still expanding, still elongating. It's decently sized. I was expecting it to go more longer, but it didn't. Little bit more scope, maybe a bit more, but yeah, like it won't be like this one, but it's fine as long as it's pushing out new leaves, which it has been doing. It's all good. So yeah, this was an update I wanted to share and document. Very nice, thick, velvety leaves. Lovely plant. Love the colors. Love this whole look of the pendant leaves, which keep, falling and moving and cascading. So pretty cool, pretty neat. I love it. Next one I want to show is my Anthurium Queen. This was a 2-leaf plant. This one was the bigger one. The other one was this way, which dried up and I had to chop it off. But there's a new growth point finally. So pretty neat. Really excited about how long it's going to be, what kind of size it will grow up to be. So really excited about that. I love it. Love the velvety one look, velvety feel of this one as well. Waiting for the plant to mature so that we can get the typical veination of the queen leaf. Next one is my Anthurium pap into Raven's Heart. This is one of the last leaves, which I think now has hardened up probably. I was still hoping that it may expand a bit more, but I doubt, because there is a new leaf now that it has pushed out already. It is right now curled up because it's very new, and love the colors on it. It's like a brown, nice shiny brown leaf, very tiny right now, but long ways to go. So we'll see how this one expands itself. This is one of the other leaves which came in my care. Love the pap shape that it has and the colors. This one of course is way bigger, steals the show for me. And then just a quick update on my Anthurium drasleri intercrystallinum, which I transferred into pon. So that's how the roots are. Just for an update, because some of the people had asked me to keep updating on how it's doing. And as you can see, there are new roots which it has grown after being transferred to leca. I try to keep the water level below the roots, and I think a huge role is played by the cabinet, the greenhouse cabinet. Otherwise, in my experience, all of this dries up no matter what, if this was in ambient room conditions. But this water keeps it wet when it's inside the greenhouse cabinet. A lot of roots inside as well, which you can see. These are all the roots which have come after putting into leca. So I'm hoping that it soon starts to develop a new leaf, because I've had this plant for a very long time and I've not had any new growth. And my last Anthurium update for today is my juvenile Anthurium clarinervium. I've had this plant for more than a year now, but it just refuses to grow. I finally put it in perlite, and right now you can see one of the tiniest ever leaves here on top, which it is trying to push out. So I'm just trying to stay as patient as I can with it. It has a lot of roots. It has always had good roots, but it just doesn't push out new leaves. Let's see. Like, I don't know what to expect out of this one, but at least it's pushing new growth, so that's good. So another update is with my Echinopsis cactus. So this is a new growth point which came, and this is another one which is still coming. So happy to see growth on a cactus, especially inside the greenhouse cabinet. I love it. It's a variegated Echinopsis, and it's so lovely to see these new growth points. It's really cute. Love it. Next is my Philodendron SP Silver. There is this new leaf which is kind of at the moment trying to push itself out. It's a bit stuck as well, so we'll see. The last leaf it gave me was this one, which also got stuck, and as you can see, it has like a lot of marks because of it, and I had to actually help it come out of that situation by wrapping it up in a tissue paper, or wet tissue paper. I'm afraid that the same is gonna happen to this one too. So if you guys have a suggestion, let me know if I should try and help it come out. Maybe I think I will see. I'll see if I need to do that. And then I want to show my Monstera Esqueleto here which has some lovely roots here. There was a root here on top which I've covered with some sphagnum moss. And this is the newest leaf, which also kind of, I don't know why is it like that, but it's wrinkly. This was the leaf it came with. There was one more which I chopped off, but this one is like this. I don't know if it is still, I think it won't expand further or nothing is gonna happen now, but that's what it's like. But it is also already pushing out a new leaf here, so that's good in a way. Oh yes, I want to show my philodendron totem. This is the newest leaf which has unfurled. So after I got the plant, this one is the new one. I love this beautiful look, so nice to touch as well. It is pushing out a new leaf here at the center. This one, still long ways to go for that, but overall love the look of it. Just want to document how pretty it is, how big it is right now, so that later we can track its journey. And kind of the last one for now, which is my Alocasia Jacqueline, coming back from the dead. It is kind of squished up here, like it's just turned and it's not really unfurled properly, but I think it's done hardening up now. It won't really fix itself anymore. So yeah, but I'm happy that it's growing. It actually came from nothing, if you know from my previous videos. This is in pon, and pon works really well for my alocasias. So yeah, that's about this. Oh yes, and of course let me show at the same time the babies. So there are a few corms. If you've seen my last video, I had left some corms in this container after removing the other two and putting the other two in pon. So that's a video which I've done just recently, the last one in fact, and this is just a status update on the rest of the corms, and they're doing fine. These two have grown up pretty well in size, and yeah, there are more. There's total 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 corms working on themselves right now. Just showing the my Monstera Thai constellation, because I've got it out for watering. It's pretty dry. I'm not sure if the soil mix is fine, but it's okay. It's the Cello's soil mix, so I'll keep it the way it is. But it's kind of like drooping here and there and everything, but yeah. Well, with that, I think I'm done for the updates for today. There are more, but these are the ones I wanted to document as I move along, to see the growth of these plants. And yeah, I'm hoping that things improve, and I'm also planning to add a few more plants to my collection now that I have the greenhouse and I'm seeing good positive results. I think now I'm ready to add more into the collection, so let's watch out for that. And yeah, that's it for today. Thank you so much if you watched the video till the end. It means a lot, and I hope you watch the next one. I'll see you next time. Bye.